really like the first one, so this is part 2 of testing viral Killjoy setups, where I take the most viral Killjoy setups I can find online and try them out in my ranked games to see if they work, and if they don't, we make them a little bit better. And we even hit an ace with one of these setups later in the video, so you're gonna have to stick around for that. Our first setup is by Not Joey Black, and it has 764,000 views. Let's give it a watch.
This next setup is if your enemies love to play behind gen. Place your alarm bot right here where it will see anyone planting default. Then
It's a really good spot for the alarm bot because it'll catch the person trying to plant the bomb, and that's kind of most important to deny that.
Then place a molly right here and place another molly right here on this corner behind gen.
See, that's pretty good. It's kind of as hidden as they can be, and we like that.
And this way, when they push up to plant or push behind gen, you can pop both your mollies, which covers default plant and covers everything behind gen.
All right, Joey, this looks pretty good. Let's give it a try. This is my very first attempt at this setup. I'm sitting in heaven on an off angle, so I'm getting ready to pop both my swarms since I hear them executing. I go to pop the first one, and they break it right as I'm popping it. So I pop the second one, I swing out, and I just get completely eliminated and destroyed. Next attempt again. The enemy team is running into the site. I'm sitting there holding my mollies, getting ready to pop them, and just like the last time, they shoot the first one, I pop the second one, I run in the fight, and I do end up dying again. So that first molly is really easy to be broken. My third attempt goes a little bit different. I'm playing in hell, I'm on a save round, the enemies run in, my alarm bot goes off, I pop both the swarms, and just nothing happens. They get hit by the alarm bot, they back off, I get no damage, no value, and then I end up just dying. I was very determined to hit a clip with this setup, so I wasn't gonna give up. Again, I'm sitting in heaven on an off angle. The enemy team is executing into the site. I pop both my swarms, I'm able to swing out, I whiff a little bit, but the enemy team whiffs harder than me, and I'm able to get a little bit of damage on the swarms. The alarm bot helped me kill one guy, and the other 2 people I totally trashed on. Overall, I'm gonna have to rate this setup a 4 out of 10. It just didn't work in the way it was supposed to, and I had way more failed attempts than I even showed in this video as well. And it's no hate to Joey whatsoever. As you guys know, he had some banger setups in the last video, but this one just kept getting broken. This is the A-site setup that I like to run on Ascent. I start by putting my turret up on this box, and yes, there is a clip at the end, and then I run over towards the door, and I put my alarm bot kind of on this brick line right here, kind of in between the door to walk in and the switch. And then I put my first swarm on this piece of green grass right here, because that makes sure it covers all the way up to the corner by the switch. And then the second swarm, I just drop in the main doorway right here, so the people running in take damage, and the people running towards the switch also take damage. And here's the clip. I'm playing hell, and I actually get scanned by a recon drone and get so vaulted. I dodge it, I pop both my swarms, I'm able to kill this guy running through my util, gets hit by the alarm bot, gets hit by the swarm, then I get hit by the so vault, the jet swings me, I kill the jet too, and then I'm able to catch this other person running towards lever and getting a 3k. So this is a setup 10 out of 10 I would recommend you use if you're trying to destroy the enemy team rushing into A site on Ascent. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, here's a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button, and let's move to the next setup. This next setup is by Joltera, and it has 99,000 views. She had some setups in our last video, so I have high hopes for this one. Let's give it a watch.
Place your turret on top of these boxes. It will catch anyone pushing A short.
This turret's really good because it prevents the enemies from just walking all the way up A short and just hitting a pop execute without you guys knowing.
Place your alarm bot here.
Placing alarm bot.
And a molly to go with it.
Placing swarm grenade.
Pretty good. The alarm bot won't go off until they actually commit into the site, and then you can pop the molly right away to stop them from pushing in, or if they push in, they'll take damage.
The second molly placement will depend on who their duelists are. If there's someone like Reyna or Phoenix,
yeah, that's pretty.
place your second molly here.
Placing swarm grenade.
If they have a jet or neon, place your second molly here.
Placing swarm grenade.
The setup looks really good. Let's give it a try. So if you look at the top of the screen here, they have an enemy jet. So I do the setup that you talked about for the enemy jet, where you do the molly short and then you bring the molly back for the jet dashing in towards sight. Then the jet smokes, dashes into the smoke. I pop both of the mollies. The jet runs out of her smoke in a panic, and I'm able to get a complete free kill here. And then after that, the alarm bot goes off, and then I'm able to actually kill this Killjoy really easily as well before getting traded. This next time I used the setup, the enemy team did not have a jet, so instead I put the molly towards front default, and it worked exactly how she said it would work. They ran into sight, they pathed towards getting ready to plant the bomb, and I'm able to get a free kill here without even having to shoot at this Killjoy. That is something we love to see happen. Overall, I'm going to rate this setup a 9.5 out of 10. Sometimes the enemies walk up long, they bait out the alarm bot, and then back off when you pop your mollies. It still stops the rush, but you just won't get any damage dealt. Still a really cool setup though. You should try it in your games. This next setup is on the B site Fracture, made by Joltera, and has 800,000 views. So it's got to be a banger. Let's give it a watch.
Molly number 1. Right click throw a molly on this moss. I use this molly if they keep shooting the one on stairs.
That is really smart placement on that molly, and it'll basically protect it from getting shock darted, naded, or just any forms of the enemies breaking the molly. That's really good.
2. Right-click throw a molly on this part of the class. This is another great molly if they shoot the ones on the floor. You can combine mollies 1 and 2 to create a hidden molly setup.
Yeah, this setup looks really good. Let's give it a try. I hear Jet dash, so I pop both my mollies. I get lucky, kill the Jet. The enemy team keeps pushing, and I'm able to get a free kill on the Brimstone through the molly, so that's a good start. In this second clip, the enemies start executing the site. I pop both of my mollies, and both of these enemies are just stuck here. There's nowhere for them to go, so they kind of just corner themselves on this box, and I'm able to get free kills on them because they can't walk in, otherwise they'll just die to the mollies. Overall, I would rate this setup a 10 out of 10 if you need a setup that won't be broken by any raise utility. It's really strong. This next setup isn't a normal setup. It's a retake setup for the A side on Haven, made by Joltera, and has 100,000 views. Let's give it a watch.
You want to get easy kills when you're retaking with Killjoy ult on Haven A site? Try these molly lineups to complement your ult. For the first part of this, you want to ult in this corner by A-Link. Then you're going to bring yourself over here by this brick and hug the wall, turn around, and find these 2 bulbs. You want to aim at the center of this bulb and aim a little to the left-hand side of the wire and throw.
This looks really, really good. Let's give it a try. I have not 1, but 2 clips with this retake setup. So first, I put my Killjoy ult down. I run over to the lineup spot. I put my crosshair in between the 2 light bulbs, and around 6-7 seconds left on the ult, I throw my first molly and my second one as well, just in case they break the first one. And in this situation, my Astra even communicated with me that she's going to be pulling that corner and making them vulnerable, so they won't be able to run out of that corner and run out of my molly. So instead of just like getting detained, they're actually gonna die. I pop my mollies, we run in this site, and I'm instantly able to get a double kill on this retake. After the Killjoy mollies, I'm able to just stick the bomb, and me and my team easily win this retake. Super clean play. In this second attempt, I do the same thing. I drop the ult down, I go to the lineup spot, throw the lineup, and I'm retaking the site, this time with no Astra pulls. I pop the molly, and they either stand in the molly or they get detained, and I'm actually able to get 2 free kills even without the use of the Astra util to pull them in and vulnerable them. And then I'm able to just defuse the bomb, and the other guy's so far back, he can't do anything. So if you're a Killjoy and you're not implementing this in your rank games, you're honestly throwing. Learn the lineup, impress your teammates, everyone will be cheering you on. 10 out of 10, I highly recommend you use this in your ranked games. This next Killjoy setup has 129,000 views, and it's made by Joltera. Let's jump in.
I'm going to show you one of my favorite setups for Killjoy on A.
Favorite setup, okay.
You see this paper, you want to throw your molly on there.
Okay, yeah,
And
that covers
molly,
all
you
of the
wanna put
cubby.
on the center of this tile. Right there.
Okay,
you can put your
so it'll
alarm
stop
bomb
the
right
plant
here.
probably. Okay.
That way it activates right as they enter. You can also push it a little further back.
I think this
Right
second
here,
one's probably a
between
little
the
bit
two
better,
mollies.
so it's a
That way
little
they're
bit
more
deeper.
committed. I like putting my turret over here.
And the turret, okay, yeah, turret towards U-Haul, so watch it short, and towards showers. This looks decent. Let's give it a try. I did this setup around 5 or 6 times, and every single time the enemies kind of ran in and either broke the setups or they like walked into the alarm bot, baited it, and then walked back, and I popped the mollies and did nothing. But in this round, they run in, I pop all the util, and I end up getting 200 molly damage, which is pretty good, but it's not as good as it could be. So I'm gonna make this setup a little bit better. So this is what I would do to make this setup better. I would start by throwing the first swarm right here, just as Joltera did in the video. It clears this corner 100%, but instead of throwing the second molly here, I'm going to throw the molly right over here, like either on the first step or the second step, doesn't really matter. And you kind of just toss your alarm bot anywhere you want in between. Then the last thing, you just want to put your turret in the same exact spot she did towards U-Haul. How this setup works is when the enemies run into sight, they either path towards this corner over here or they path towards truck. But the 1 or 2 people that path towards this box to try to get any sort of cover, they end up running into your mollies, have nowhere to stand, and just get destroyed. And here's a clip I hit with the adapted setup. So I'm kind of playing outside showers here with all my util and cubby. I pop my util and they just start running through it. I'm able to get 1, 2, 3, get a molly kill for the 4th. I check showers. This guy's got to be lurking, right? Nope, this guy's short. I peek, I whiff a little bit. I'm able to finish him off and get an ace. Really nice setup. All the enemies are just running through my util trying to get away from it, and I'm able to just pick them off trying to fight a different angle, not expecting me towards showers. Not to toot my own horn, but overall I'd rate this setup a 10 out of 10, and shout out to Joltera for giving me the idea and how to make this setup a little bit better so we can farm enemies in ranked games. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you for watching the video, and a quick reminder that all these clips I hit throughout this whole video were all done on my live stream. So if you want to see some high quality Killjoy gameplay, I stream every single day at twitch.tv/CaMbCaMb. Have a good day.